Some people wake up at sunrise ready to conquer the world. Others don't function until the sun goes down. But when it comes to studying, does that actually matter? Should you be hitting the books at dawn or burning that midnight oil? Today, we're going to figure out the best study schedule based on your natural rhythm. So let's just get into it. All right. So let's talk about why some people can wake up at 6 a.m. and immediately start studying, while others don't even function before noon. It all comes down to your circadian rhythm, your body's built in clock that controls when you feel awake, when you feel tired, and most importantly, when your brain is at its peak performance. For some people, early birds, like myself, their brains fire on all cylinders in the morning. They are awake, alert, focused, and ready to go. For others, the night owls, like my bestie, mornings feel like a personal attack. Their energy peaks later in the day, and they get their best work done in the evening or even late at night. Now, you might have heard that morning is the best time to study, but that's not actually true for everyone. Research suggests that cognitive function, memory retention, and focus all depend on when your brain naturally operates at its best. If you're forcing yourself to study at the wrong time for your body, you're just making things harder than they need to be. Spoiler alert, the best time to study isn't the same for everyone. So let's break down and figure out what works for you. So let's say you're one of those rare creatures who actually enjoys waking up early. You open your eyes before your alarm goes off. You don't need 5 cups of coffee to function, and your brain actually works in the morning. If that's you, congratulations. You might just be an early bird. And lucky for you, there are some serious advantages for studying in the morning. First off, your brain is at its peak cognitive function early in the day. Studies show that for a lot of people, memory retention and problem-solving skills are strongest in the morning, making it a great time to tackle heavy study sessions. Another big perk? Fewer distractions. While the rest of the world is still waking up, there are fewer texts, social media notifications, and random interruptions pulling your focus. That means more time to study without falling into a TikTok rabbit hole. And let's not forget about productivity momentum. Knocking out a solid study session early means you can go through the rest of your day without that lingering, I should be studying guilt hanging over your head. You're already done with the work, and the rest of the day is all yours. But before you set all of your alarms for 5 a.m., let's talk about the downsides. If you're not naturally a morning person, forcing yourself to study at sunrise might be a complete waste of time. Your brain isn't fully awake yet, and no amount of coffee can fix that. Even for early birds, deep concentration and creativity can be harder in the morning, making it a tough time for tasks that require out-of-the-box thinking. And finally, early fatigue is real. If your sleep schedule is off or you didn't get a full night's rest, your energy might crash by mid-afternoon, leaving you useless for the rest of the day. So, if mornings feel natural to you, take advantage of it. But if waking up early makes you feel like a zombie, well, let's talk about night owls then. If your brain doesn't even turn on until after dinner and the idea of studying before noon feels like pure torture, then late night study sessions might just be your secret weapon. There are some major perks to studying at night. First off, deep focus and creativity tend to peak for night owls in the evening. That means that if you're working on something that requires problem solving, critical thinking, or creative analysis, late evening sessions might actually be when you do your best work. Another big win, it's quiet. While early birds get their peace in the morning, night owls get their golden hours when the rest of the world is asleep. Fewer distractions, fewer interruptions, and no one randomly texting you to ask what's due tomorrow. Just you, your notes, and a study session with zero background noise. And if you get a burst of energy late at night, why not take advantage of it? Some people naturally get more alert and productive in the evening, so forcing yourself to study in the morning when your brain is running on low power just might not make sense for you. But Before you commit to becoming a full-time nocturnal study machine, let's talk about the downsides. The biggest one, sleep. If your study sessions are cutting into your sleep schedule, you're just setting yourself up for exhaustion. Sleep is crucial for memory retention, so staying up all night cramming might actually do more harm than good. There's also that pesky issue of early morning classes and responsibilities. If you're studying till 2 a.m., but have to be up at 7, you're gonna be running on fumes. And let's be honest, no one retains information when you're half asleep in class. And finally, burnout is real. Studying late at night can work, but only if it's balanced properly. If you're constantly staying up late and not giving yourself enough time to rest, your productivity is going to crash hard. So if you thrive at night, use it to your advantage. Just don't let it wreck your sleep or make your days miserable. So now that we've covered the pros and cons of both early morning and late night study sessions, how do you figure out which one works for you? Because at the end of the day, the best study schedule isn't about what sounds productive, it's about what actually feels productive. First off, start by tracking your energy levels. Pay attention to when you feel the most awake, focused, and ready to learn. Is your brain firing at all cylinders in the morning? Do you get that second wind in the evening? Noticing these patterns will help you build a study schedule that actually makes sense for you. Once you have an idea of when you're most alert, match your study sessions to your peak times. Tackle your hardest subjects or your most mentally demanding tasks when your brain is naturally working at full capacity. If mornings are when you're most productive, use that time for heavy problem solving. If you're sharper at night, save the deep focus study sessions for later in the evening. And don't be afraid to experiment and adjust. Try studying in the morning for a few days, and then switch it to nights and see which one feels better. You might even find that a mix of both works best, doing lighter review in the morning and deeper study sessions at night. The key is to test out different approaches and refine your study schedule based on what actually helps you to learn. But no matter what, prioritize sleep. All-nighters might seem like a good idea in the moment, but they will catch up to you. Sleep is essential for memory retention, focus, and overall brain function. I cannot stress this enough. So whether you're an early bird or a night owl, make sure that your study schedule leaves enough room for rest. At the end of the day, the best study schedule is the one that works with your brain, not against it. So test out both, adjust as needed, and find your own rhythm. Okay, so what's the takeaway here? The best study schedule isn't about what sounds productive, it's about what actually works for you. So whether you thrive in the early mornings or come alive at night, the key to study is to study when your brain is at its best, not just when someone told you that it's the right time. So, are you a night owl or an early bird? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this helpful, please, 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 don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more study tips, and I'll see you in the next video. As always, I hope you have an amazing adventure.